Welcome back to the Zero Excuses podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's Wheelbook Wednesday edition of the show. My name is Kenyon. Today we are continuing our discussion on taking control, and specifically today I want to address taking control without micromanaging. So you might hear the term taking control and think that it's all about controlling every aspect of your life, every aspect of your business, or even some of your employees, coworkers, etc. But by trying to micromanage everything, you're actually, in my opinion, acting completely out of control. And you are going to allow things to quickly spiral out of control if you're going to try to manage every aspect of everything going on around you. But things in our control, things that are firmly within our grasp, in our control, are quite finite. So we can't physically control everything around us. So that's why it's important that we not micromanage everything. Our attention simply cannot be split in a million different directions. We can only keep track of so many things all at once. I think I've heard the rule of thumb, it's 5 to 6 things or 5 to 6 people at any one time. I forget where I heard it from. If I think of it, I'll credit it in the show notes here. But bottom line is we become ineffective when we spread ourselves thin, and in the end, we become ineffective. So anyways, here's a couple ways that we can start to take control without becoming micromanagers. The first tip that I have for you guys is to delegate. This is going to be your number one weapon in fighting your urge to micromanage. You're going to become an effective leader, and you're also going to help empower others and allow them to grow and learn and gain experience. I covered this actually in detail in a previous episode. Encourage you guys to go back and listen to it. I'll drop a link to that in the show notes. But you have to understand that there's other people who have different skills, they have different knowledge, they have different experience, and different needs. And those people might be able to be more effective than you can. And by allowing others to stake ownership over that task or that area of responsibility, it'll free you up to focus on your areas of expertise or the things that you actually get enjoyment from. This also goes for decision making. Give people a vote of confidence by giving them the authority to make decisions. All right, that's it on delegation. Again, I encourage you guys to go back and listen to the episode where I went into delegation in depth and in detail. So my second bit of advice here is to be an effective communicator and also communicate your vision, your outcomes, or your expectations to your team, your family, your coworkers, your kids, whoever it may be. If you can communicate what your expectations are, you won't have to micromanage to begin with. But by becoming an effective communicator, you paint a clear picture of what your end state should look like. And that allows others to chart their own course on getting from the start to the finish. It allows them to come up with their own solutions and, like I said before, take ownership of that area that they're responsible for. And when people have a firm direction, they also get creative. They can come up with more effective solutions than perhaps you even can dream of. And so my last tip here is to allow others to be in the spotlight when they're successful, but you own all of the failures, whether that's with your team at work, your kids, your family, whatever the situation. We have a saying in the military, praise in public, but reprimand in private. But what this will do for you it's going to open people up to take initiative on their own and even take risks to reach the objective without feeling that fear of a micromanager breathing down their neck, criticizing every move that they make. or wondering if their efforts are even going to make their boss, their wife, their kids, coworkers happy with their efforts. People will be able to just execute and make things happen, and know that they're not going to get their knees chopped out from underneath them in front of a crowd, and they're going to understand that their efforts are completely appreciated. So that's all I have for you guys today. Just to recap real quick, our 3 pro tips, if you will, were to, number 1, delegate, number 2, become an effective communicator, and to also communicate your vision, outcome, and expectations, and number 3, to always allow your team to take credit for successes, but you own their failures. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying these topics that we're covering. If you know a friend or family member who would get some value out of the topics that we cover here, I encourage you to share it with them, and also to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget to also check out the show notes for everything that we've mentioned here. We also have a few links in there to our Mastermind group, the Infinite Results Mastermind group, and also to my one-on-one exclusive discipline coaching program. You can check both of those out at kenyonzitska.com/results for the Mastermind group and kenyonzitska.com/discipline for the coaching program. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I will talk with you again soon.